Hello students, this is Vanita Kasar, working as an assistant professor in chemistry at Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samaj, Nasik. In this video, we are going to see the TY BSc Chemistry semester 4 second term. In that, we see the four lesson. First is the electrochemical cell, second is the nuclear chemistry, third is the crystal structure, and fourth is the quantum chemistry. Let me start the first electrochemical cell. In this lesson, we see the first introduction. What is electrochemistry? Electrochemistry is the branch of chemistry which deals with the relationship between chemical reaction and electrical energy. Thus, the electrochemistry which deals with the quantitative and qualitative study. First, that is conservation of chemical energy into electrical energy, and second, the conservation of electrical energy into chemical energy. So, in the study of electrochemistry, following are the two types of the cells which are the frequently referred. One is the electrolytic cell, another one is the galvanic cell, which is also called as the voltaic cell. In the electrolytic cell is the arrangement in which the electrical energy is used to bring about a desired chemical energy, or which is also defined as it is the device which can be convert electrical energy into chemical energy. There are some different examples in the electrolytic cell. An electrolytic cell which is used in the electrolysis of water. Another example is that in the electroplating of metal. Second, the galvanic cell or a voltaic cell. In this cell, it is a device in which chemical energy can be transformed into electrical energy. Its example is that Daniell cell. Another example is that common dry cells and lead storage battery. These are the examples of galvanic cell or a voltaic cell. In the electrical energy, it is the product of two factors. One is the intensity factor, which is represented by the electromotive force, that is EMF, and another one is the capacity factor, which is represented by the quantity of electricity. So, if EMF E, which is expressed in volts, and the quantity of electricity in coulombs, that is the electrical energy will be expressed in volt coulombs, that is in 1 volt coulombs, which is equals to 1 joule, that is 1 into 10 raised to 7 ergs, that is 0.2390 calorie, and 1 calorie is equals to 4.185 volt coulombs. Also, the R is equals to 8.315 volt coulombs. Next, let me see the origin of the EMF. In the origin of the EMF, first we see the concept of electrode potential. This is also called as the Nernst theory. In this theory, an electrode is a combination of metal and its ionic solution. That is, for example, Cu2 plus in aqueous solution, Zn in Zn2 plus aqueous solution, platinum H2 in gaseous, H plus aqueous solution. This Nernst theory can be explained the liberation or acceptance of electrons due to electronation and de-electronation process which occurs at the electrodes. Let me see the first de-electronation method. In this de-electronation method, the metal is regarded as an assembly of metal ions and free electrons. In this de-electronation process, the certain metal, this metal when dipped into their salt solution, for example zinc in zinc sulfate solution or cadmium in cadmium sulfate solution, they show a tendency to enter the solution in form of cations, that is positive ions. This is leaving behind the electrons or on the metals. This tendency of the metal, which is known as the solution pressure and which is represented as PS. This solution pressure which is different in different solution. Due to this process, the electrons are set free at the metal and the metallic electrodes get negatively charged. This is the in this process the de-electronation process which shows the oxidation of the metal atom takes place. That is, the Zn gives Zn2 plus 2 electrons, that is de-electronation gives oxidation process. Another process is the electronation process. In this electronation process, here we see the metal which is dipped in the copper sulfate solution, metal copper rod which is dipped in the copper sulfate solution. Means when a metal is dipped in its salt solution, the examples are the copper in copper sulfate solutions or a silver in silver nitrate solutions. In that, the ions in the solution have a tendency to deposit on the surface of the metal in the form of metal. This tendency of the metal which is known as osmotic pressure, and this is represented as a P0. Means the different metals having the different osmotic pressure, and due to this process the solution which is depleted of positive ions and negatively charged anions becomes in excess in the solution. So the metallic electrodes get positively charged, and due to this electrostatic force any further transfer of metal ions is prevented and the electrical double layer is formed. So in this process the electronation which is occurs, that is reductions of the metal ions takes place, and the reaction it will be given Cu2 plus 2 electron, it gives copper, that is reduction process. We see the next topic, that is magnitude and sign of difference. In that, here again we consider the solution pressure, osmotic pressure in solution. In that, the magnitude and sign of potential difference between the metal and the solution which is determined by using the tendencies, that is de-electronation and electronation. Means the development of solution pressure, that is PS of the metal, due to tendency of it to pass into ion solution as a cation, and the development of osmotic pressure of the ions due to deposition of it on the surface of the metal electrode. So we see the relative relationship between the magnitudes of the PS and P0. We see the three cases are the possible. First case, we see the PS is greater than P0, means solution pressure is greater than osmotic pressure. In this case, the positive ions pass more rapidly into the solution, leaving the metal rod negatively charged, and the solution is the positively charged. And the examples is that active metals like as zinc, cadmium, magnesium, nickel, and also all alkali metals in solutions of their salts. Second case is PS is less than P0. In this case, the positive ions of the dissolved salts are deposited more rapidly on the metal rod and making it positively charged, and the solution is the negatively charged. So the examples of these are the less active metals like as copper, silver in the solutions of their salts. Third case, here we see the PS is equals to P0, means the solution pressure which is equals to osmotic pressure. In this case, neither the metal passes into the solution nor the ions leave the solution. That is, the metal and the solution do not acquire any charge, and thus no potential difference can exist between the metal and the solution. This type of electrode which is called as the null electrode. Next term we can see the electrochemical cell. In the construction of electrochemical cell, that is voltaic cell or a galvanic cell, means electrochemical cell which is also called as voltaic cell or a galvanic cell. In this cell, it is necessary to have one electrode is the negatively charged and one electrode is the positively charged, so that electrons can flow from negative to positive electrodes through the external circuit. So we see what is the electrochemical cell. Electrochemical cell, which is defined as the electrochemical cell, is a device which is used to generate electrical energy at the expense of spontaneous oxidation reduction reaction. So it means that the electrochemical cell can convert electrical energy into chemical energy into electrical energy. The electrochemical cell can convert chemical energy into electrical energy. And this electrochemical cell, which is also called the galvanic cell or a voltaic cell. In this electrochemical cell, which is set up with the help of two metallic rods. In these two metallic rods, which is dipped into the same or a different electrolytes in a electrical communication. That is, it should be noted that the convention regarding naming of electrodes in the electrochemical cell are exactly opposite to those in the electrolytic cells. For example, the electrochemical cell, negative electrodes which is called as anode and positive electrodes which is called as cathode. This is the simple galvanic cell, and this cell can be set up by dipping zinc electrode and copper electrode into dilute sulfuric acid solutions, or a dipping zinc and copper electrodes into the solution of their respective salt with the electrical communication with the help of porous partition or by the salt bridge. To understand these constructions and working of simple voltaic cell, a typical examples of voltaic cell as Daniell cell is discussed. So this is the Daniell cell will be discussed. In this cell, we see the constructions of this cell. This Daniell cell, which is consist of two half cells. One of these half cell is Cu single vertical line CuSO4, or Cu single vertical line Cu2 plus. This single vertical line denotes as the electrode electrolyte interface. Means the metallic copper in contact with its own ions in the form this type of half cell. This is achieved by dipping metallic copper in copper sulfate solution, that is salt solution. For example, the solution of copper sulfate. And another one is the half cell second. This half cell, which is zinc in contact with its own ions and form this type of half cell. This is achieved by dipping metallic zinc into solution of its salt, that is Zn, ZnSO4 or Zn2 plus. In that electrochemical cell, we see the methods of combining two half cells. First method is the by using porous partition method. Another one is by using porous pot method, and next we see the by using salt bridge method. Let me see the step by step. There are the three different methods. We see first by using porous partition method. This is the example of Daniell cell for porous partition method. This method combining of two half cells using porous partition, which is shown in the figure. In this figure, a porous partition which is kept in a vessel which divides into two compartments. In one compartment, a solution of ZnSO4 is placed, and in the other compartment, the solution of copper sulfate solution. A copper rod and a zinc rod, copper rod and a zinc rod are immersed in the respective solutions. Zinc and copper electrodes are connected by a metallic wire in the external circuit, through which electric current flows from zinc to copper electrode. This is the first method by using the porous partition. Porous partition method. Another one we see the by using porous pot method and by using the salt bridge method. So we can see the first by using porous partition method, that is Daniell cell. Next we see by using the porous pot method. In this porous pot method there are two different combining half cells by using the porous pot. First we see the first half cell. This half cell which is consist of an outer glass vessels which is containing a solution of a copper sulfate solution. A porous pot which is containing a solution of zinc sulfate is immersed in the solution of copper sulfate. A copper rod and zinc rod are dipped in their respective solutions. Zinc and copper electrodes are connected by a metallic wire in the external circuit through which electric current flows from zinc to copper. This is the first half cell. We see the by using porous pot having the second half cells. These half cells which is consist of outer copper vessel and these containing a solution of copper sulfate solution. A porous pot containing a solution of zinc sulfate is immersed in the solution of copper sulfate. A zinc rod is dipped into the respective solution, that is zinc sulfate solution. Zinc rod and copper vessels are connected by metallic wire in the external circuit through which electric current flows from zinc to copper. These are the two half cells by using the porous pot method. Then we see the third method, that is by using a salt bridge method. In this salt bridge method, the solution of zinc sulfate and copper sulfate are taken in a two different vessels. Zinc and copper rod are immersed in their respective solutions. The two vessels are connected by a salt bridge. This is the salt bridge. This salt bridge consists of a U-tube which is filled with the saturated solution of KCl, KNO3 or NH4NO3 in agar gel with the glass hole plugged at the two ends. So the zinc and copper electrodes are connected by a metallic wire in which the external circuit through which electric current flows from zinc to copper electrode. Let me see the some functions of this salt bridge. This salt bridge having the first function is it connects the two half cells internally. Second function is that it avoids diffusion of solution between the two half cells. Another function is that it maintains electrical contact between the solution by means of ionic conductance. Another function, it compensates the accumulation of positive and negative charge in the half cells, that is, it helps to maintain electrical neutrality in the two electrolyte. These are the three methods of electrochemical cells to combining the two half cells, that is by using porous partition method, by using porous pot method and by using salt bridge method. And we already see that the electrochemical cell, it is a device which is used to generate electrical energy at the expense of spontaneous oxidation reduction reaction. Thank you.